Greetings, gaming citizens. Mike here, and welcome to my Tokyo Game Show video. So, Tokyo Game Show, for those not in the know, is basically E3 for Japan. It's one of the biggest gaming events to happen anywhere in the world. It's up with the likes of Gamescom. So, Tokyo Game Show is going to have hundreds of developers present at this event. But I want to use this video to basically go over what kind of news you can expect for some of your favorite publishers and developers in the order of how they'll appear on the main stage programming. But I also have a few developers that aren't necessarily on the main stage that are still notable that I will be talking about in this video. If there's a specific developer you want to know updates about or what they will probably be showing off at Tokyo Game Show, so you can prepare in advance for that coverage, I will have chapters in the video bar here, but I will also have timestamps in the description down below. While you're down there, make sure to give this video a like or subscribe, and it lets me know that these kinds of videos are stuff that you like to see. Now, let's get to what you can expect from Tokyo Game Show. Starting on September 26th, from Ubisoft Japan at 2 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, where I am, time zone moment, we have a few things that I can really speculate. So all of this is speculative. There is no confirmation on any of what I'm about to say. Just want to make that clear. So first, we've got possibly something about Assassin's Creed Mirage. And I only say that because some of the panelists are Yuichi Hoyo, who's the voice of Tabir al-Nubi in Assassin's Creed Mirage. And then we also have Miyuri Shimabukuro, who is the voice of Fujibayashi Neo in Assassin's Creed Shadows. So with those being panelists for the main stage, I think it's safe to say we're going to see some Assassin's Creed updates. But, you know, it's Ubisoft, so of course we're going to see something about one of their tentpole franchises. We also have maybe something about Star Wars Outlaws, maybe DLC. We did see something recently that the next Star Wars game is in development, although I think that might have been from EA. Editor put a correction on screen if needed. So maybe something about the next Star Wars game or DLC for Outlaws. The only indication of that is the game's logo on the teaser image posted on the official Ubisoft Japan Twitter. I don't know if game logos are indicative of any announcements, but that's what I'm going off of. Next, we've got Rainbow Six and X-Defiant esports updates. So, kind of my department with esports. The only reason I know anything about this, or the only reason that I'm really speculating anything related to esports, is that some of the panelists are Kazuya Okayama, who is esports and community management for Rainbow Six and X-Defiant, and then we also have Rainbow Six caster Mika Nonomiya. I don't know what else I could talk about. Next season of Siege, maybe. Maybe official developer-sponsored X-Defiant esports. That's about all I can really think of at the moment. Next, at 6 a.m. EDT, we've got Microsoft Japan, and they're very open-ended with this one. So we saw an update from Xbox on Twitter saying that it's going to feature games from creators primarily based in Japan and Asia. And if I were to kind of decompile the language used here, I think it's just going to be indie and third-party titles from Asian studios, which, you know, cool. I always love seeing indie representation. Why not? They also said that new games are coming to Game Pass. That's like speculating that the sky is going to be blue tomorrow. But they also said that there's going to be updates from their own studios. So I did a bit of research of what projects are being worked on, and I couldn't find much. So what I think is going to be shown off, maybe something about Diablo 4, Vessel of Hatred, expansion stuff. I'm also just going to throw in Elder Scrolls 6, because I think it would be funny if they showed off Elder Scrolls 6 the one time I speculate it, but who knows. Next, at 7 a.m. EDT, we've got SNK. They have kind of a small presence at Tokyo Game Show this year. They have 3 games on the show floor, as determined by the long list of exhibitor game demos on the official Tokyo Game Show website. So they are showing off Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves, King of Fighters 15, and Samurai Showdown 2019. So the addition of Samurai Showdown 2019 is a bit odd, so maybe this is their way of saying, hey, we're working on a new Samurai Showdown? or it could just be a red herring. There's also going to be, well, there might be a new season of King of Fighters 15 because fighting games they try to stay around for as long as they can, for as long as they're popular, and I think King of Fighters 15 is still kind of going. So, yeah, something about that is likely. At 8 a.m. EDT, we've got Koei Tecmo. Now, they have quite a bit of content going on with their booth. With their program slot. With their booth, they only have playable demos for Dynasty Warriors Origins and Fairy Tail 2, so expect to see gameplay footage of those by journalists. But also, they will have online programs for several games, including those aforementioned two, but also Romance of the Three Kingdoms 8 Remake, Atelier Yumiya, Atelier Reslariana, which I definitely just butchered, and Dead or Alive Extreme Venus Vacation, which I just heard about when researching this video. So these are all going to have online presentations of some kind, so expect to hear a lot about all of those. Next at 9 a.m. EDT, we've got Level 5. So they're showing off a handful of games, but some of these are pretty exciting. First, we've got Inazuma 11 Victory Road, which I'm not too familiar with, but that's going to be shown off and playable on the show floor. We've got Fantasy Life I, The Girl Who Steals Time, which I thought was going to be in the previous Nintendo Direct, but I guess they were just gearing up for Tokyo Game Show because it's going to be playable on the show floor there. There was like a delay for that game, so it's good that they're actually able to get like a playable build out there. But most exciting is we're going to see gameplay and a live broadcast of Professor Layton and the New World of Steam, something that we know basically nothing about except for like a single teaser from, I want to say, last year. So it's going to be great to finally see coverage and, what that game's going to look like. And then also Deca Police will have a dedicated video showcase. And that's exciting because Deca Police was also kind of just announced last year and then just went radio silent. So hearing more about Deca Police is definitely going to be exciting. I personally can't wait to see more about that. Next at 10 a.m. EDT, we've got Capcom, and they've got quite a laundry list of games that they're going to be covering. Their event website says that this is going to be information on the newest Capcom titles. So the list of games that are on the event website are Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics, which technically is already out, but the physical copy releases in November with the Xbox version coming out in 2025. We've got Monster Hunter Wilds, Monster Hunter Now, Street Fighter 6, Kunitsugami Path of the Goddess, Ace Attorney Investigations Collection, and Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster. Greetings, gaming citizens. Editor Mike here with another correction, because this is apparently the week that every game developer wants to make an ass out of me for these What to Expect videos. So it appears that in the past 2 days, Capcom updated their website for Tokyo Game Show, and with that, they changed up part of the games list. So Monster Hunter Wilds is still going to be there, but they decided to highlight specifically, saying that there's going to be a specific like block where they give an update on Monster Hunter Wilds. In their list of other games that are going to be mentioned in the Capcom online presentation, Kunitsugami Path of the Goddess will not be in the lineup after all. Instead, we are going to be seeing stuff about Capcom Fighting Collection 2. So there's that. That appears to be the Fatal Fury Street Fighter crossover game. So yeah, that is the update. Everything else is pretty much consistent. Like the other Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection, Street Fighter 6, Ace Attorney, like all those are the same. It's just Kunitsugami was replaced with another Capcom Fighting Collection. Back to the video. From what I understand, other than Monster Hunter Wilds, pretty much all these games are out. So I don't know what like the rest of this is gonna entail. Like I would imagine with Street Fighter 6, maybe some more new content, more playable characters. But it remains to be seen what Capcom has in store for all these games. For all we know, it could just be a bunch of playable demos of just the latest Capcom titles with, like 1 or 2 trailers for like Monster Hunter Wilds sprinkled in there. That I would not put it past them to just do that. September 27th is going to be quite a big day. Starting off at 6 a.m. EDT, we've got SEGA Atlus, and they've got a lot going on. So, as you'll see right here, their website has quite a few games already. But apparently on their Twitter, they said that they were going to be talking about up to 17 different titles. So, yeah, that's kind of big if true. But for now, we're going to go off of just what I'm seeing off of this image here. So beyond these 5 games listed on the official event website, there is room for 3 more games to make an appearance, but with a bit of research, I was able to kind of fill in those blanks really quickly, and it seems like Atlus beat me to one of those, because Persona 5 The Phantom X is going to be at Tokyo Game Show. They actually just updated the website to include that, and it was officially confirmed by the Japanese Twitter account for P5X, so maybe something finally about a worldwide release. I've been wanting to hear more about this, and we've heard literally nothing. It is exclusive to China for some ungodly reason, with Japan's beta coming out soon from what I hear. So worldwide, please? But aside from that, the other blank spots, I speculate that one of them is going to be from Ryugago Toko, which developed the Yakuza and Like a Dragon series. So they have their Summit live stream set to premiere tomorrow, actually, on the 20th as of the recording of this video. They usually use these live streams to announce the next game in the series, so I would imagine we're going to see something about Like a Dragon 9. If not that, maybe something like another Like a Dragon Ishin, or maybe some other spin-off. But either way, we're going to be seeing an RGG Studio project shown off, so that's going to be very exciting. And the last game that I think might make an appearance here comes from a leak involving Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne Remastered on Steam. So looking at the Steam database, on September 10th, there was an update to some achievements that mention Raido. And SMT fans may be able to put together that this is referencing Raido from Devil Summoner Raido Kuzunoha versus the Soulless Army. Sega is probably bringing back more of their lesser-known titles. Like, we saw Soul Hackers 2 come out a couple years back, so to see another Devil Summoner game come back, interesting move by Atlus, to say the least. But there is speculation that this is pointing towards a remaster, whether it's just the first game getting remastered, or if it's both this and its sequel getting remastered as a collection, that remains to be seen. But it seems that we may see Devil Summoner Raido get revealed at Tokyo Game Show. Square Enix, why do you confuse me like this? So despite having a spot on the main stage schedule, none of the panels that I'm about to talk about are happening on that day or in that time slot. So I don't know what the main stage content for Square Enix is going to be, but they've got quite a bit going on the other day, so we're going to go through that in chronological order. So, starting at 12 a.m. EDT on September 28th, we've got Fantasian Neo Dimension. They're going to have a talk show with the producer, Hironobu Sakaguchi, and prolific composer, Nobuo Uematsu. Fantasian was previously Apple Arcade exclusive in 2021, but now it's finally coming to other platforms. And I'm very happy about that, because Fantasian looks good, and I've been wanting to give it a try, so yeah, they're going to talk more about it. That's going to be very exciting. On September 28th at 2 a.m. EDT, we've got Romancing Saga 2 Revenge of the Seven remake panel. So it's just going to be the developers talking about the game, showing off some gameplay, basic PR, video game stuff. Not much to say about that one. Fast forwarding to 10:30 p.m. EDT on September 28th, we've got the Final Fantasy XVI voice actor talk show to celebrate the PC launch of Final Fantasy XVI. Cool. Yeah, just the Japanese voice actors talking about the game, celebrating the PC launch. That's cool. Not really much to say about that. But moving over to September 29th at 12:30 a.m. EDT, we've got a panel about the Dragon Quest III HD 2D remake. So a lot of people are excited for this one. I know some of the PR people at Square Enix have been singing their praises about it because they're also excited. I personally can't wait to see more about this game. I've never played a Dragon Quest, so I feel like this might be a good way to get into the series. If you think so, let me know in the comments down below. To round things out, on September 29th at 1:50 a.m. EDT, we've got Final Fantasy XIV, an update on the major update, patch 7.1. As someone who's never played Final Fantasy XIV, this gets a thumbs up. I don't know what is, I don't know what they're adding, but I'm assuming that to Final Fantasy XIV enthusiasts, this is exciting, so all the power to you. And then September 28th, as far as official main stage time slots go, this is the last one. At 4 a.m. EDT, we've got Gung Ho Online Entertainment, the one developer where I had to Google what the hell they actually do to figure out any kind of speculation as to what they're working on. So their last major release was the Grandia 1 and 2 HD Collection, and at the moment, they are working on the Disney Pixel RPG for mobile. I literally have nothing else. I don't know what they could possibly talk about. They haven't released much in recent years. Maybe this is where that will change. Getting into developers and publishers that are not on the official program timetable. First, we have Konami, who have a handful of broadcasts about some popular franchises. So first, we've got the Metal Gear Production Hotline broadcast on September 26th at 11 p.m. EDT, which will feature information and behind-the-scenes look at the series with developers. From what I understand, Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater is going to be playable on the show floor, so maybe we'll see more coverage of that game. That would be very nice. We also have the Suikoden 1 and 2 HD Remaster stage appearance on September 27th at 11 p.m. EDT, which is behind-the-scenes stories on the original game's developments featuring the original developers, as well as the producer for the remaster. So if you've been excited for the Suikoden 1 and 2 remasters, this is definitely something you're going to want to tune into. Next, we've got Bandai Namco, who have just a handful of games to show off. So we've got Tales of Grace's F Remastered. They are going to be hosting an official broadcast for it on September 23rd at 6 a.m. EDT. So it's actually technically outside of Tokyo Game Show, but it's still part of their Tokyo Game Show coverage. I don't know. But it's going to cover gameplay and the appeal of the game, and featuring voice actors and producers on the game. As someone who's never played a Tales game, I am kind of interested to see what this game is all about, so I might actually tune into this myself. We also have Sensuality, Echo of Ada, which is on September 27th at 6 a.m. EDT. Previously revealed at Tokyo Game Show 2022, this broadcast will feature streamers and the producer for the game. Allegedly, this is going to show off new gameplay, so possibly a release date. Considering they revealed it 2 years ago, and it's making a gameplay appearance now, only makes sense that it will have a release date, or at least a release window. I speculate 2025, but I really don't know anything about this game, so I could be very much wrong. It could release next week for all I know. Next, we have Arc System Works, and they've got just a couple of games going on. Not really many new announcements. Actually, none of these are new announcements, but I imagine we're going to get updates on the following games. So, the games that they have playable on the show floor include Guilty Gear Strive Nintendo Switch Edition. If you like fighting games, play Guilty Gear Strive. I've put a few hours into it. It's pretty good. Pretty good traditional fighting game. Very fun time. I'm surprised that it's, coming onto Nintendo Switch. They have rollback netcode, and I figured Nintendo was allergic to that, but hey, apparently I'm wrong. We also have Double Dragon Revive, which was announced this past July, and it's set for 2025. So, I don't know, maybe some gameplay footage of Double Dragon Revive will make an appearance. Who really knows? And then we also have, and this is the full title, the unlocalized title, Downtown Special Kunio-kun's Romance of the Three Kingdoms is a sold-out event, which is localized here in the West as River City Saga 3 Kingdoms Next. It comes out November 5th. If you're into River City Saga in any capacity, this is just the next game in the series, so that's coming out pretty soon, so we're probably going to see some gameplay about that. And then to finish things off, we've got Sony, which will be making an appearance for the first times from the past few years, where they were just kind of not there. They are showing off Astrobot on the show floor, possibly showing the DLC that they're going to have for the game, but notice how they are only showing off Astrobot and no other. Okay, no. Twitter has already made a million of those jokes, but yeah, Sony's going to be there. Who knows what the hell else they're going to have? I mean, we just got word that the Horizon Zero Dawn remaster exists, so maybe they could show that off, but Sony, for all I know, they might not have a lot to bring to the table this time around, but only time will tell. Greetings, gaming citizens. Editor Mike here with a little update. So it turns out, literally the same day that I recorded this video, Sony decided to make public what their plans for Tokyo Game Show are. Both the playable games lineup that they'll have at their booth, but also like their stage schedule. So just to quickly go over that, they're gonna have a lot more games playable. It's gonna be stuff from like a lot of third parties. So you're gonna have like Metal Gear Solid Delta, Snake Eater, Metaphor Refantazio, Dynasty Warriors Origins, like literally all kinds of games are gonna be at the Sony booth. As for the stage schedule, there's like some individual games getting like their own little like half-hour long focus, or more 40 minutes. But the one of note that I wanted to bring up was on September 29th from what looks like, I think, 10:30 a.m. Japan time, which would be 11:30 p.m. EDT. We have PlayStation Presents Death Stranding 2 on the beach, special stage. So it's going to be on Sony's YouTube channel. So it's just going to be a panel discussing Death Stranding 2 with Hideo Kojima and Daiichi Murira. I'm definitely butchering that name, who's a singer-songwriter and official supporter of the show. There's also going to be just other special guests, but yeah, there's going to be a Death Stranding 2 panel. We're going to learn more about that game. Yeah, very funny that Sony decided to post this the same day that I recorded this video, but yeah, thankfully I saw the update in time to be able to put it into this video, but back to the other stuff. And that is everything I've got for Tokyo Game Show 2024. So, those are all the games that you can expect to hear about. Those are all the games that you're going to be hearing about from game journalists, from YouTubers that are excited about video games. That's everything you can expect to hear about in the news wave for the next week and a half. So hopefully this video was helpful to you in some capacity. I've never covered Tokyo Game Show before, so I don't know if this video was even worth making. Let me know in the comments down below if you think this video was helpful to you at all of what to expect. But that's going to be it from me. Stay vibing and thriving, everyone. I will see you in the next one.